Next we had. Let me kind of scroll down here. We did.
Okay, let's not turn into JR comparing everyone to. Oh, you're the next Rock. You're him. You're Eddie Guerrero. Sammy Guevara's the next Eddie Guerrero, and all that. No, just stop.
Well, I mean, I could see the comparison of him and The Rock on the microphone, but not inside the wrestling ring quite yet.
Not at all.
So next we did have another 6-man tag match. We had the Jurassic Express taking on the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. Marko Stunt, everybody.
Match I gave no shit about.
What is your thoughts on Marko Stunt? And I want you to be completely honest, all right? Like, when you see this man inside a wrestling ring, it's up against Trent or whoever's inside the ring as well with him, and you see him doing Canadian destroyers and spinning DDTs and Hurricane Ranas and all this goddamn stuff. What do you think of it?
He reminds. This is gonna be a dated reference, but when I was seeing them hold him back and he started running at him, I just thought completely of Scooby Doo, Scrappy Doo, when he's just trying to let me at him. I'm sorry, but he is. I just don't get why everyone loves Marko Stunt, because I think he's an abomination. I'm sorry.
Look, no disrespect to any of you guys who love Marko Stunt. All right? And I just can't find any of the shit that he does believable, man. I just can't. And I'm not trying to be a dick or an asshole or anything like that in between. But, man, it's very hard for me to believe that he can do a Canadian destroyer on some of these guys. Or any type of move on anybody. The dude is the size of my 10-year-old. Like, I can't believe it. I'm not, it's just so hard to believe that he can go in there and do these moves. Yeah, he had the crowd going. The crowd was on his feet. Obviously, he was the hometown guy. But it just... I get what you're saying, Sinister. He's an inspiration for guys that, that are probably don't feel like they could make it inside the wrestling
little
ring.
People.
Not just them, Dave, but anyone. Just anyone. Guys that are 300 to 400 pounds. Stuff like that. Just he makes it seem like anybody could be a wrestler. I guess. Just has that little inspiration to him.
So you think he's like? He inspires people who aren't the big guys. So he's like a Shawn Michaels. He inspires the smaller guys who go out there, not just the giants, right? So he's like what Shawn Michaels did.
Relax there. You do not.
Hey, ever, you said he inspires people.
Do not ever, and I mean ever, mention Marko Stunt and Shawn Michaels in the same sentence ever again. Okay.
Well, you opened the door when he inspires people.
No, I did not open the door.
300-pound guys.
You do not do that. All right? That's blasphemy, and the wrestling gods should strike down on you for that, Dave. You should not ever.
JBL? He's had enough trouble.
I thought that was what Ray was for. Spike Dudley, baby, says Bob Ruski in the chat room. At least, yeah, all right. I guess I could see the comparisons there. But in World Wrestling, Marko has a weight class, and what is that, cruiserweight? I'm assuming. It was a comedy act versus comedy act, with Stunt on one side and Orange Cassidy on the other. Now, here's my question from you, Dave. And again, we get Orange Cassidy in the ring. We got the little super kick.
My dog pockets.
Whoa. And he gets caught by Luchasaurus, picks him up, he reverses it, does his little shindig stuff, dives outside the ring, tope suicida, once again with hands in the pockets, crowd's going nuts for Orange Cassidy. Do you think he'll just continue this gimmick where he just kind of does this nonchalant stuff every now and then with the Best Friends? Or do you feel like AEW will say, all right, it's time for you to go out there and have a legit storyline with someone? Because this guy, you may not believe me in the chat room, I really feel like he's one of the top 5 most over guys in AEW. What about you, Dave?
Well, he's over simply because people are getting behind this stupid gimmick where I got my hands in my pockets and I'm gonna basically take a piss on pro wrestling by saying it's all fake and it's all a work, which we all know it is. But that's what he's basically doing, barely kicking somebody. Oh. It's just stupid. I mean, I don't like the gimmick. I don't like Marko Stunt's gimmick.
Wow.
I just don't. I'm sorry. Look, Orange Cassidy can be entertaining. It's no different than Joey Ryan's stuff. It really isn't.
But here's the thing. And like Sinister said, Bob Ruski has mentioned it before, and even I. Orange Cassidy can wrestle. We've seen him wrestle matches at Wrestle Circus or any other independent scenes. He has had matches. He can go in the ring. He can have an athletic and serious one-on-one match with someone. You don't feel like AEW will jeopardize on him being so over with the crowd right now that they would put him in a storyline with someone?
Because it's just him and Marko Stunt are just comic relief, and that's all this match was. It's comic relief. It wasn't to be taken seriously at all. Everything else was, but this wasn't. This was your break, I guess, from the great wrestling and sports stuff we got beforehand. So this was the break in between. So I don't think they can take him serious in anything unless he starts not doing this shit anymore and try to be a legit wrestler and go out there and do what the other guys are doing. Like, I would put him in the same league with Sammy.
Bob Ruski says, whoa, this guy isn't abusing people with his dong, Dave. That's...
Yeah, but he's disrespecting, like, the wrestling, though, too. Just like Marko... I don't know if Marko Stunt's disrespecting it. He just looks like a 12-year-old out there wrestling. But it's like he's showing it like it doesn't mean nothing to him. It's just like Joey Ryan is.
See, look, I don't mind the Orange Cassidy bit. The Marko Stunt, that's a little bit not on my... I don't dig that very much. It's not my cup of tea. If it's your cup of tea, that's totally fine. Orange Cassidy doesn't bother me. Like, I get the fact that people don't like him. People don't like his gimmick. People feel like he's maybe shitting on wrestling the way he has his hands in his pockets and does all this bullshit. I don't mind it. I feel like it's very entertaining. And in the back of my mind as well...
Shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
Thank you, Richie Vargas, for those bits. Really appreciate that. In the back of my mind, I also know that Orange Cassidy, when the time comes, can actually wrestle in the ring. I don't see the comparison to Joey Ryan whatsoever. I feel like he's a better wrestler than Joey Ryan.
Because Joey Ryan can wrestle, too, if he wants to. So, I mean, it's no different than that. They're just doing these stupid gimmicks. You're telling me people wouldn't be up in arms about this if this was like the 90s? Something like that? Doing that? I mean, yeah, they would. They would hate it. Everyone would hate this. And they would call it an abomination to wrestling. And they wouldn't want to see it. Someone just pretending to nonchalantly just play kick somebody.
Let's get to the chat room real quick. Sinister says we're supposed to take this stuff seriously. Wrestling is entertainment. Y'all take shit too seriously, says Ian Dunn. Comic relief. So No Way Jose. I love No Way Jose. You guys know well, he's obviously shit on WWE, but I don't mind him at all. I don't like some of the shit that Jim Cornette or some of these old timers that love wrestling that are, have that Jim Cornette mentality that hate this Orange Cassidy stuff. I don't really have a problem with it. I do feel like there's a time and place for it, but I don't have an issue with Orange Cassidy at all. I don't. I feel like if they gave him a serious storyline, I'm not sure how they would do it with his particular gimmick, but I feel like if they gave him a storyline with someone like a Sammy Guevara or someone, in that kind of a range of wrestler, I feel like he would go out there and have a solid match. Even if there's a little bit comedy mixed in between there.
To me, I would be embarrassed if someone walked in and said, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "Wrestling. What's he doing?" Yeah, I'm just like with Joey Ryan, just like Marcus. Not to me. I'm embarrassed to watch
the Joey Ryan stuff. May not go over with the casual fan. If some Joe Schmo
walked into Cassidy would.
I think so. I think if someone
who doesn't watch wrestling,
I think they would chuckle at that. I
honestly feel like they. What are you watching? They would say, "What are you watching? What is this crap?"
I think they would say that to Joey Ryan. If they saw someone grab someone's dick and get get turned over by him just by touching his wiener, yeah, I feel like the guy would be like, this is not for me, possibly.
But play kicking and doing moonsaults in your
it's comedy. It's not. It's the way he does it, I guess. The way he portrays it, the way he kind of does it, the timing of it. And it's not like he's going out there and doing it the whole match. He's actually going out there and doing moves in between there, you know?
Yeah, but if I want comedy, I'm going to turn on Seinfeld. I'm watching
Dave, come on. You're not that wrestling fan. I know you're not that type of a wrestling fan that that doesn't want any type of comedy or some type of
I like entertainment. I thought The Rock and MJF was entertaining stuff, and The Rock was funny when he did stuff. This stuff is just stupid. I just don't like it. I mean, this is not funny.
See, Ian Dunn makes a good point, saying if Orange Cassidy was in NXT, y'all would be praising Triple H and how he can get.
Oh please, they would not put some shit like this on there.
Oh come on, Dave. Like seriously, NXT had a fucking guy who danced with a conga line of a bunny rabbit and a hot dog,
and it got over like
Adam Rose. And how over was Adam Rose?
Yeah, I didn't think it was. I thought it was fucking stupid, though. I hated Adam Rose.
Guy. No way, Jose.
Yeah, but he's not playing wrestling. He's just dancing to the ring.
But he also
how's that any different than Flash Funk? How's that different than Flash Funk coming to the ring dancing? It's not. It's the same. They're coming to the ring that way. They're not wrestling that way.
We had Bo Dallas. Who would do the Bo Believe stuff outside of the ring.
Yeah, outside of the ring.
But people, that's entertainment. That's you know.
It's not
comedy.
This though. It's not play kicking somebody, and they're not slipping someone with their dick.
But he's not. Look. I can understand the Joey Ryan concept. I get that, but I think you're kind of overreacting with the Orange Cassidy stuff. But you're the old time guy. You're the old timer. You're Dave Cornette is what you're being called in the chat room. I understand where you're coming from.
It's not an insult.
I just feel like you're definitely that get off my lawn
guy. Oh, did you see the guy in the crowd with the Jim Cornette shirt on?
I did not. Let me scroll up. I did miss some stuff here in the chat room. Comedy wrestling sells these days. You can be a serious wrestler and do a comedy spot. Here's my question for you, Dave. Are you an R-Truth fan?
Yeah, he's funny. But he's not wrestling in the ring. He's doing the stupid comedy stuff on the outside. Were
you a fan of... hold on. Were you a fan of him and Little Jimmy?
I thought it was funny.
But yet...
He wasn't wrestling Little Jimmy.
He was talking to an invisible person.
He wasn't wrestling him in the ring. He wasn't wrestling him.
Oh my! Thank you, Richie Vargas.
Yes, I remember that WrestleMania match. Little Jimmy vs. R-Truth was the main event last year at WrestleMania.
No, but I'm just saying he fucking was talking to a guy that was not there, a make believe character.
Al Snow talked to a mannequin head. He wasn't there either.
Exactly. Were you entertained by that?
I thought Al Snow was weird, but I thought he was a good wrestler.
Fans digged him. They loved him. And that's the same thing with Orange Cassidy. When he goes into that ring, this man lights a fire to that crowd.
But you're comparing apples to oranges. I didn't mean to do that, but I did. There you go. But, I mean, Orange Cassidy, he's a play wrestler.
Whoa.
That's completely different compared to what they're doing, what they did back Al Snow. Bo Dallas. That's completely different because they did their gimmicks on the way to the ring. They even ran around the ring fine. Adam Rose was terrible. He was better as Leo Kruger. But, I mean, it was completely different. I'm sure he would have preferred to stay as Leo Kruger and not that stupid Adam Rose shit.
Let's continue on with the the chat room. Then we'll move on to the main event segment. Orange Cassidy is so unique, says Chris Mack. Love the gimmick, but they need to start giving him a storyline or something soon because people might get sick of it or just not find it as funny anymore. I don't. It could lose steam, but I do feel like it's time for him to move up and give him something serious. Why not? If Orange Cassidy was NXT, I already read that one. Sorry about that. So y'all all seen the PWG spot with Liger in terms of now AEW NXT signees, where they stick thumbs up the bum. Yes.
Oh my God, I haven't seen. What about the stupid shit with Joey Ryan and that one guy where they're slapping asses on each other? Yeah, that's great entertainment right there. I would love that stuff.
NXT would sign him up in a second. Don't even pretend they would.
No, they
take
wouldn't.
him and use him the same. Oh,
why would they want Orange Cassidy? So he can play kick Adam Cole? Oh, that's going to be a great matchup for TakeOver. Let me just
they
play.
have a guy that fucking plays an air guitar, Dave. Like, come on.
That's his entrance. It's not. He doesn't do it. He's wrestling. I'm going to beat you with an air guitar. He doesn't play the air guitar, and then they fall down, and then 1, 2, 3 match over.
Thank you for the host there, Alice. Appreciate that. Listen, we got other stuff to talk about. Yeah, you're right. Oh damn!
We're going on and on about this.
Fair warning, you've been talking about this for about 10 to 15 minutes. I am sorry, Adam.
Yeah, we need
hot
to go
topic. Hot topic. Sorry. All right, so let's get to the main event. I don't even think he's on a signed contract. He's working indie events regularly, says Bobaruski. The air guitar guy isn't even a part of NXT anymore. Oh, come on.
Yeah, they really like that gimmick. Oh, yeah, they love that. He's gone already.
Anyways, we have the inner circle consisting of Chris Jericho, what's his name? Jake Hager, and we had Sammy Guevara at ringside with him as well. No Pride and Powerful with him 2 weeks in a row. No Pride and Powerful on Dynamite. What, Dave? I'm sorry.
I forgot. Did we talk about who won the match?
Luchasaurus. I mean, not Luchasaurus. Jurassic Express won the match.
Yeah, I didn't know if we mentioned that. We just went on this Orange Cassidy thing.
Ian Dunn says, I'm late, so I missed the shit talk. Knew it. Dark Order and Brandy and Kong are show killers. Every time they are on, it's guaranteed to be a bad show. This company doesn't know what the fuck they want to be, says Ian Dunn. Hey, man, I agree with you on the Brandy Rhodes thing, 110%.
Oh, that's entertainment, though.
Oh, my God. They had independent dates, I believe. Oh, okay. Did I say Pride and Powerful? Sorry, Proud and Powerful. Excuse me. There.
I want to say Pride and Powerful, too, sometimes, but yeah.
Again, thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. This is the most viewers we've had in quite some time. Thank you for the host there from Stream. Get Your Streams, I believe his name was. And Get Your Classics as well. Thank you so much for the host there. Appreciate that. If you're new to the show and you're checking us out for the first time, I would consider hitting that follow button. We'll be live again on Saturday night, which is called our Shoot the Shit on Saturday nights, where we go over all the wrestling rumors and innuendos. We'll also highlight SmackDown, go over NXT as well, and get you guys ready for Impact Wrestling Hard to Kill if you're an Impact Wrestling fan as well. So hit that follow button. Thank you for the new followers that we got tonight. Dave, we have officially hit, Dave, over 300 followers on Twitch. We do appreciate that so very much. It took us
on
a
Twitch
while.
or Twitter? Do we hit 5K on Twitter too then?
We hit 5K recently on Twitter, and tonight we finally hit over 300 followers on Twitch.
Awesome.
So thank you very much to everybody who has followed us tonight, and thank you everybody who has supported us throughout the year so far. So we appreciate that very much.